The GOP Obama replacement bill, which will protect only 5% of people with pre-existing conditions, just passed the House. Now, the hope is it won't pass the Senate, but that remains to be seen. But for now, a lot of people are blaming Republicans, which makes sense. It's their shitty bill. They're the ones that are trying to replace Obamacare and take a lot of people off health insurance while pretending it's covering more people. But the reality is they're in this situation because of the Democrats. Now, what do I mean? Well, today there was an interview with Nancy Pelosi, who is the minority leader, supposed leader of the Democrats, where she was asked if she would support or if the Democratic Party should support single payer in 2018. Now, what do you think she said? Well, here's the direct quote. So this was an interview with E. McMorris Santoro. On the Hill today, asked Pelosi if Dems should make single payer part of their 2018 platform now. No, she said. Calls on states to do it. Pelosi says she supported single payer since before I was born, but political reality is Congress isn't ready, according to her. Bullshit. This is supposed to be the leader. This is supposed to be someone you look to for direction. Someone that you want to fight the battles for. Someone you want to be pushing policy. And her excuse is that Congress isn't ready to pass it. So you're telling me that you're going to wait until the Republicans want to pass single payer before you start discussing it? Really? That is not what's happening here. She is giving in to the healthcare industry, the insurance industry. That's what's actually going on. And she's masking it in this idea, Congress isn't ready for single payer. How about the American people? How about people that need healthcare? People that are dying? People that are paying way too much? Are they ready for it? Does that matter at all? I mean, and it's debate tactics 101. You don't come to the table with the compromise. You come to the table with ultimately what you want and more. And then you fight back and forth and maybe get a little less. But that was Obama's biggest mistake when he was president. He would come to the table with the compromise. Obamacare was a compromise. They didn't push a public option. They didn't push single payer. He came to the table with the compromise. A Republican healthcare plan from the 90s. An insurance-based healthcare plan. That's the compromise. And he still got fought on it. And they're still trying to repeal it. That's why the Democrats are so bad at this. They don't know how to fight for the actual policies that people want. They don't know what they're doing. Nancy Pelosi has no idea what she's doing. Or, you know what? She does know what she's doing. She's fighting for her donors. She's fighting for money. That's all she's concerned about. All she's concerned about is raising money. Is money important to win elections? Yeah. You know what? Bernie Sanders showed that you can do it without being bought by Wall Street and large corporations. So why not maybe try adopting the plan of the most popular politician in America? You know why? Because those are her friends. She's friends with people in the insurance industry. She's friends with people on Wall Street. This is who she surrounds herself with. Who she goes to the cocktail parties with. Nancy Pelosi has no interest in pushing for policies that people actually want, unless they're policies that can also personally benefit her. She's a garbage leader. Absolute garbage. And that's why I'm quite happy to discover that someone is primarying her in 2018. So this is from The Observer. They have an article here on Nancy Pelosi's pro-Bernie Sanders primary challenger. So if you're a Bernie Sanders fan, you might want to pay attention to this 2018 race. So this guy is Stephen Jaffe, who recently launched his campaign. He's an employment attorney. And these are some quotes here from the article. 2 words, Bernie Sanders. Jaffe said in an interview with The Observer when asked why he was running for Congress. Quote, "My goal is to try and pull the Democratic Party away from the establishment, corporations, big money, big oil, big pharma, and return it to the people." This is who Congress needs. So if you've been following what's going on in Congress over the last few years, Eric Cantor, the House Majority Leader for the Republicans, was primaried out by a Tea Partier. No one expected Cantor to lose that race. And he got primaried out by David Brat. who is an economics professor. And how did he primary Cantor out? By running on the fact that Cantor was bought and he wasn't. So, if you think Nancy Pelosi can't lose an election, then you haven't seen her with a real challenger. When you have someone in there who's going to talk about and call out Nancy Pelosi and how the Democrats are bought, that's a message that works on both sides. All sides. Republicans, independents, Democrats. Nobody wants their politicians bought by big money. If you run on that message, there's a really good chance that you're going to win.